Hi guys, well, this is my latest conversion and I just wanted to introduce a few new things about it. It's basically very similar to the white truck, the 4x4x4, except this one is a little bit simplified and made even more reliable. So as you can see, we have all the usual setup, double heat exchangers, double filters, 10-inch high temperature filter housing, pump heaters. Now, as you can see, the block, there is only one block. See that block down there with the temperature sending unit? That is the only block that I'm using for heating the pump. And I have discovered that the second heater was not, doing all that much. It was working, but the difference is the heat up time went from like 1 minute 50 seconds went to 2 minute 10 seconds by not using the smaller heater block. So on this truck I'm only using the right side heater block with 6 glow plugs in it. If you can see the connectors down there, those are going to the glow plugs. So instead of using 9 glow plugs, I'm using 6 glow plugs in this one, and the heat up time only reduced by or increased by 20 seconds. So I think that's a pretty good trade-off. It takes it easier on the battery system. See, I'm not using deep cycle batteries in this one. I'm just using regular starting batteries, and that will do the job. So in this conversion I basically simplified, streamlined, and made things more reliable, as opposed to just having a real heavy-duty conversion system that would cost like $3,000 if I had to build it for somebody. So also I only got 4 relays in this one, and the wiring is also much simpler. So actually I wanted to show you the heat up sequence. Right now it's in the morning and the engine is cold, and I wanted to show you the heat up sequence on this one. So we have 5 gauges. I'm going to turn the ignition on here. Five gauges, turbo pressure, just for fun, fuel pump pressure, pressure after the first filter, the primary, and fuel pressure after the secondary filter, which is the stock filter. And this is heat up heater block temperature. So that shows how hot the heater block is when the heaters are on, and when the heaters are off it shows you the pump temperature. So that also has a dual function. Okay, so what happens here, this is the control panel, that's the high idle switch, red light, blue light, green light, and system turn on button. And these are just some auxiliary switches that I installed here. They can be used for anything, just to take up the space down there so it doesn't look empty plus you know there might be some use for that in the future, like a cargo lamp or anything, backup lamp. Okay, here we have the manual glow plug button, which brings on, if you can see the light up there, the glow plug light, see that? It brings on the glow plug light on the dash, and we have a nice little knob here for adjusting the dimmer. That's the dimmer for the gauges at night. You're not gonna see anything right now. But okay, so what happens here, even though I have 3 lights, I only have heaters connected to the blue and the green light. Okay, and each of these lights control 3 glow plugs on each relay. So one relay turns on 3 glow plugs on the same heater block, and the other relay turns on the 3 other ones. And the green light actually just hooked up to the pump, and it stays on, it comes on whenever the pump is under 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and it's red because that says don't drive. Okay, whenever the red light comes on, it says don't drive, and you have to turn on the heaters to preheat the pump. Okay, so the heaters can stay on because they are automatic, but if you want to turn them off, you can with this button. And what happens is when I turn that button on, it brings on both of the heaters. So now what's happening, this thing is heating up the pump. Okay, let's see, let's start it at 7 minutes 20 seconds. Okay, 20. So the heat up time is about 2 minutes, and we're gonna wait for that to show you the full heat up sequence on this truck. So the heaters are going full blast now. They are taking up about 60-70 amps, and as you can see, the pump temperature gauge is already going up. See, it's rising up very slowly. It's gonna pick up some speed towards the end, and it goes up to all the way about 280 degrees in about 2 minutes. So fuel pressure, see right now the fuel pressure is about 5 psi. That's just from the stock fuel pump that the Chevys come with, and they are suitable for running veggie oil. I have conversions that have been running with the single stock fuel pump for about 2 years. So they are suited for running veggie oil, and even in the winter they do okay. They are just not producing a lot of pressure, and when the truck is driving, then the fuel pressure goes down to about 2 psi, cruising sometimes 1 psi, and when it's getting clogged up, it can go down to 0 psi and even below 0 psi. And usually on this system, the filter would be changed when the secondary gauge goes to -10 while cruising at about 65. Okay, so that's not a problem. The injection pump can suck its own fuel. It's not going to damage the injection pump because there is a transfer pump, an RPM dependent transfer pump inside the high pressure injection pump and that's before the high pressure injection pump. So the lift pump pressure is really not that important in this system. It is only important to extend the life of the filters. Like on my white truck, I installed the high pressure pump because that will extend the life of the filter if the lift pump can push through a clogged filter. Now on this one with just 5 psi normal pressure, it's not going to be pushing a lot of fuel through a clogged filter. So the secondary filter is not going to last as long, or even the primary. They are not going to last as long as on my high pressure system. But I have encountered a little bit of issues with that because the pressure. Oh, okay, so the red light went off. Actually, I didn't even notice it when it went off because I was just yapping about. So anyway, the red light went off at about 2 minutes 10 seconds, and so now I can start the engine. And usually what I do is, see, the heaters are still going. The heater block temperature is up to 280, and so I'm gonna start the engine. And what I do is I do a little bit of a pre-charge. Turn the engine around maybe 5 times, just with no glow plug, and the engine is not going to start, but it's going to pre-charge the cylinders with veggie oil, and that's going to make the startup a lot smoother the second time. So check it out. Okay, so looks like the second light went off also. That means that the pump has reached 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the glow plug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and start. Okay, high idle. I turned on the high idle switch. The engine is idling at 1000 RPM, and the green light is still on. Okay, the light goes off when I push the glow plug. See, only one system can operate at one time. You can see the glow plug light and the green light. They never operate at the same time. That's to save the battery power. So, that's the startup sequence. I don't think it could be any more simple than this. And everything is automatic because the lights go out in sequence. And when the lights are out, your engine is hot, your pump is hot, and you're ready to run on, ready to drive on free veggie oil. And you don't even need diesel to start this thing. So, it's good for starting on 100% veggie oil down to about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. If your pump is in good condition and your injectors are in good condition, the Chevys can start in 20 degrees Fahrenheit on 100% veggie oil with my system. So, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. I just wanted to show you some new developments. And I guess that's all I have to say. Okay? Alright, happy vegging. Have a good one, guys.